A new day, a new robot. Just yesterday, Boston Dynamics released a video saying they are retiring the Atlas robot, which was one of the coolest robots I had ever seen. And then today, they have a brand new version of the Atlas robot. It is completely electric. It looks incredibly futuristic and it seems to be ready for commercial use. Let me just show you the demo video that they launched today because it is mind blowing. That is one of the coolest things that I've ever seen. First of all, the way it moves, the speed at which it moves, the look, the head, everything is so cool. They really went futuristic with the design. So let's look at the blog post. An electric new era for Atlas. So first of all, I didn't even know that the previous Atlas was not fully electric, but now the new version is fully electric. Supported by decades of visionary robotics, innovation, and years of practical experience, Boston Dynamics is tackling the next commercial frontier. And here it is. I think this looks so cool. In fact, I think this is the coolest looking robot out of all of them. And then maybe the looks don't matter all that much, but to me, and especially when these start to arrive in households, I think the look is going to be really important. So again, they announced the retirement of the hydraulic Atlas and unveiled what comes next, a fully electric Atlas robot. So I think that's the difference. I think the previous one was electric powered, but also used hydraulics. This new robot is all of the way that it moves is pure electric, which is really cool. So a decade ago, we were one of the only companies putting real R&D effort into humanoid robots. And to see the progression, to see the evolution of the Atlas robot over the years, and I've been watching Boston Dynamics videos for years now, is just awe-inspiring to see the progress they've made. Let me show you a few clips of the progress over the years. Now the landscape in the robotics industry is very different, and this is so true. Boy, there are a ton of different robotics companies out there. 1X, Figure. There are some Chinese companies that are looking incredible also. So the robot that they have in the field right now is one called Spot. And that's the robot we're seeing here. It's the dog form factor. It's being used in the field right now in the commercial application, in the military application. It gets in spaces that are either too small or too dangerous for humans to get into. So very cool. The humanoid form factor is the future. And in fact, somebody asked me today, why is everybody building humanoid robots? And I think there's a couple reasons for it. The first reason is we already have the real world, our world, is built for humans, the humanoid form factor, because we're humans. So when we're talking about factories, factories are built for humans. Now, they have robot arms and stuff that are kind of siloed off in different places, but for the most part, for everything else outside of those robotic arms and other kind of robots like that, they are built for humans. So just inserting a humanoid robot to replace the human is a no-brainer. And the second reason, and I believe it was the Figure founder that said this first, is we have an incredible amount of data, an incredible amount of video about humans or containing humans, and we can use that to train humanoid looking robots. So those are the two reasons that the humanoid form factor seems to be taking over right now. So let's keep going. So this journey will start with Hyundai. In addition to investing in us, that's cool, the Hyundai team is building the next generation of automotive manufacturing capabilities and will serve as the perfect testing ground for the new Atlas applications. So that's cool. They're going to put these Atlas robots in the Hyundai automotive factory. In the months and years ahead, we're excited to show what the world's most dynamic humanoid robot can really do. And I think that's true. I think that's a very fair claim. Looking at the movements of this new Boston Dynamics Atlas robot compared to what's out there, everything else kind of looks like one or two generations behind. And I'm purely talking about the movement, its ability to move. And looking at this demo video, it is able to get from flat on the ground up to a standing position easily. And everything is very smooth of how it looks and moves. And it's just super impressive. So let's keep reading about the new version. The electric version of Atlas will be stronger with a broader range of motion than any previous generations. And that's what we've seen with the kind of rotating legs or rotating hip action that we saw in that very brief demo video. For example, our last generation hydraulic Atlas, the HD series, could already lift and maneuver a wide variety of heavy, irregular objects. We are continuing to build on those exciting capabilities and are exploring several new gripper variations to meet a diverse set of expected manipulation needs in customer environments. So again, I'm going to reference Spot. They have a few different arms that you can place on top of Spot depending on your use case. So a capable robot is only one of the pieces required for a successful commercial solution. You will also need an ecosystem, IT infrastructure, employee buy-in, connectivity, workflows, safety standards, operational processes. And so, yeah, it's not just enough to build the robot. You need everything else that comes along with it. So interestingly, they say right here, they've already had 1,500 deployments of Spot, and it is already teaching hundreds of companies how to work alongside autonomous mobile robots. And we believe that humanoids will be most effective if they are deployed with in-depth models of a facility and lots of data about how it operates. Now, that is very different from the way I believe that the Tesla robot Optimus is operating, that the Figure robot is operating. They're both taking an end-to-end neural network approach where it's basically no pre-existing knowledge of the world other than what's in that end-to-end model. And this, I think, if I'm reading it correctly, is a different approach. They're saying, okay, we're going to use that, but we're also going to give it really in-depth instructions about what the factory looks like, for example. So you can start creating these types of digital twins with Spot today, et cetera, et cetera. Not only do we have industry-leading hardware, but we also have decades of experience in simulation and model predictive control, and we are equipping our new robots with AI and machine learning tools like reinforcement learning, computer vision, et cetera. So very cool. And we already know that NVIDIA is working on a lot of different projects to help simulate humanoid robot form factors or really just any embodied robot. So it's going to be cool to see if Boston Dynamics is building all of their own software or they're going to be using some of NVIDIA's simulation tools. So they recently launched Orbit software, which is a centralized platform to manage your entire robot fleet, sitemaps, digital transformation data, etc. So what is the role of the humanoid robot according to Boston Dynamics? This latest iteration of the Atlas robot builds on a long history of innovation and R&D pushing the limits. Okay, so bimanual manipulation from Petman to the recently retired HD Atlas performing parkour, which we just watched. We have spent over a decade moving the state-of-the-art forward with humanoid robotics. Today, we have focused on legged robots because we wanted to build robots that could balance and move dynamically, robots that could navigate unstructured, unknown, or antagonistic terrain with ease. The humanoid form factor is a useful design for robots working in a world designed for people. So exactly what I mentioned just a couple minutes ago. That is one of the biggest reasons they are building the humanoid form factor. However, that form factor doesn't limit our vision of how bipedal robot can move, what tools it needs to succeed, and how it can help people accomplish more. So their new electric version will be stronger, more dexterous, and more agile. I can't wait to see more demo videos of it. Atlas may resemble a human form factor, but we are equipping the robot to move in the most efficient way possible to complete a task, rather than being constrained by the human range of motion. That is genius. And that is what we're seeing in that video, in that original demo video that I played. The robot's laying flat on the floor just like a human would, but then it completely rotates its legs 180 degrees to the other side and pushes itself up, something that human motion does not allow for. So I think that's a really interesting approach and something that I haven't seen with other robots, including Optimus, including Figure. So that's it. It seems really, really cool. I'm going to play the demo video one more time because it is just so mind-blowing. If you liked this video, please consider giving a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.